All right, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, PartsBreakers.com, 303-666-9020. Have a, I think it's a late, 03 to 06 TJ tub here. Look on our site if you're curious about the compatibility, because I know a lot of people are just kind of getting into this and don't really know the stuff yet. They hear, or they, somebody said, oh, 9706, and that is true. They are the same length and height and width, and the bolt holes in the bottom go to the tub exactly the same way. So yes, you technically can do that. There are some differences though, and I always say I won't point them out because there's videos of them, but I'll give you a little bit of it. So it's just essentially the firewall that changes and the rear seat. They change a little bit of how they shaped the inner panels, but nothing like that affects how things mount in it. But the firewall definitely affects that, and that's an easy fix. Or we can set it up for an early tub if you wanted a black one, you were keen on the color or something. But the seat one is something that you would just want to end up with a late model seat if you were going to go to that, or even a full set of seats, because you can actually, the front seats will bolt right in to either early or late if you have the right seat bracket. So obviously I know quite a bit. I've been doing this for 21 years. Jeeps Unlimited itself has been around since '84. We have 7 acres. This is our lower lot. All Jeeps for the most part. We have some non-Jeeps along the hillside, but those are going to get crushed. And then we have an upper lot, which is more or less for our project vehicles that we're working on, or customer vehicles, whatnot. But we do have some in the pipeline, in quotes, that's up there. So this is a beautiful grade A tub, as almost all of our tubs are, or at least the ones we have been trying to get. This is coming from the most recent load out of the Southwest, California, Arizona, Nevada. And those stacks of frames there, and then about 10 tubs. It was a very big load we had, probably the biggest we ever had. Takes us about 8 to 10 months to kind of get these kind of all lined up with all over the countryside, because we do pick them up one at a time and go from there. So it's not just one quick swoop in, grab them all. And I wish it was. It's been like that in some cases, but most of those leads dry out. So we go with where we can. It takes me a while to do it, but ultimately it's how we function for 21 years. So it's how we'll keep functioning, hopefully anyway, until they completely dry out. And they are, to an extent. The CJs are almost impossible to find that way. Usually only CJ tubs we get in the yard are ones we're finding and breaking down ourselves. And those are just because CJs now really outweigh, and TJs are kind of like this too, where the cost of the Jeep is outweighing what you can get out of parts, which used to not be the case. It used to be that the parting them out was far more what you get out of them than selling the vehicle whole. And now that's just not the case. So, well, it is with the rust-free stuff, okay? Rusted stuff, not so much. Probably better to part most of that crap out, but there's not a lot of that we mess with, if at all. So this is going to be, I think, an A. Now I say I think an A because this video is not only for you, but it is for me as well. We look at these things pretty close, but the video allows me to really fine-tooth comb it. And at the very end, I'll tell you exactly where we're going to be on the grade. And that will dictate how we price these, as that's how we've done it forever. So that's how we'll continue to do it. Okay. It's hot out here. It's about 100. So my phone keeps going into hibernation or whatever mode it is when it overheats. So I apologize if it kills it halfway through. I'll try to make it a little quicker than my normal rant. Plus I'm running out of voice today. I've already talked probably about 2 solid hours on video. So, okay. Let's just start from the driver's side. It's the easiest one to go through. So it is black, if you can't see that already. So I know sometimes color's hard to see. It's black. It's got scratches on it, but up through this area, other than scratches, there's no damage on it. Couple scratches where the paint's kind of worn through into this area. And then you have a little bit where it was tagged. You can see right down at the bottom here, a little bit of damage there, and it's just kind of folded up there. The good news is you can access that from both sides real easy. When we see damage like that, doesn't necessarily put it into the lower grade. If this is rust free and all it ends up with is just a little bit more than a door ding, then we just usually give it a minus, or go into the next grade, but a high B. Only way it would be a high B is if it's body damage that needs body shop or somebody with body shop experience. Most of this somebody could do in their garage just with a set of pliers, body pliers and stuff, and a mallet to work most of this stuff out. There's not much of it here. So little ding on the corner there. That all looks okay through there. The lower rocker looks good. This looks good, nice and good. This one's got a little ding here, got a little ding right there. And that's all good. Maybe a couple little dings here, maybe little door dings. Okay, so I want you to see this as if you're standing here next to me. Now, I know most of you are replacing your tubs because they're rotted out, and this thing is gonna look like a prom queen compared to what you're working with. But I still want you to see it as if you're standing here next to me, which is the whole point of this video, okay? And to show you there's absolutely no surprises. Nice flat back, which is nice because a lot of times when these ever get overloaded, people throw wood in them or concrete, they'll get a little wavy. That's nice and flat here. And then your roll bar feet, excellent shape. Those like to rust out. I did see one broken bolt you'll contend with, which we'll knock off 50 bucks for. Not that it's hard to do, but we just like to, my guys know better than that. We use a special tool, and I know right when they pulled, they didn't use that. So when they try to cut a corner like that, they do it on their own time drilling it out, because we have tools that make it so they don't do that. Plus it's a pain for the other side. One broken bolt's not a big deal, but especially in that area because it's nice and easy to get to, but still something, like I said, I want to show you. Okay, floorboards, both sides, excellent shape. That shadow is kind of hard to see, I get that. Let me get up a little bit closer. Okay, a little oxidation, but no rust, right? Rust is, surface rust, this is kind of what I'm talking about. You get a little bit where the paint's come off, nice and smooth still, just browning of the metal, real common to see when metal flash rusts. Surface would be layers, and depending on how bad surface is, a lot of people misinterpret surface for rot. We get into surface areas and I'll point those out if we get them. We don't usually see that much out here, so we don't buy from places, and we don't live in a place that use salt on the road. So that's a big reason our stuff lasts a bit better. All right, I'm gonna pause the video and flip her up because that's gonna be the next biggest, actually maybe the biggest important part on our tubs is our bottoms, how clean they are. It's not that heavy, although the TJs definitely weigh a little bit more than the YJs and CJs. When we deliver the tubs, they're pretty easy to just manhandle off, right? A couple extra guys helps immensely, but the way we do it is pretty slick. So look how beautiful this thing is. Absolutely gorgeous. Man, I see a lot of tubs over the years. Not very many of them are this clean. That thing is just stunning. So main things we're looking for, not only is it nice and no rot, but biggest things are torque pockets. TJs are very integrated into the tub. They have, I would say, probably 25 on each side, spot welds, and it makes them very difficult to dissect and actually remove and put back on. So keep that in mind. The door dings and stuff on it that it had, and you can kind of see that's where that one is a little bit better here. Okay, if you're dealing with torque pockets, a couple of them collapse, not a huge deal. Okay, you can fix those. They'll start getting cracks in them. These ones are amazing. There's nothing in these, but and you can peel them back and replace the pocket or beef it up. There's a couple ways to do it, but when you have them like this, so there's 10 altogether, 11 if you consider the front, which we don't have. That's where your radiator is. Okay, we're gonna count them off like always. So 1, and look how beautiful those nice clean threads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 2 are above your fuel tank, so you can't really see them, and they are floaters. They're supposed to be. Help you align it when you mount it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And look how clean that back channel is. That pot, or that box area, another hard area to replace. Absolutely gorgeous. The seams perfect. No rot anywhere on this thing. It is spectacular. So definitely an A- because of that. And again, the damage here, this is just something you need to bend back. It almost like curled it. If you look right there, it's like a perfect little curl. So that gets this, you can kind of see this is the kind of edge it should be, and as it goes back more and more. So my guess on this, I almost guarantee they blew a tire out and the tread came up and popped that there, because there's not much else you do. This area is kind of an area, it'd be hard to hit a rock on there, and plus you'd see it elsewhere. You don't see it anywhere else. So yeah, that's it. I think it speaks for itself. There's your little ding there. There's your broken bolt there. So you can see, nice. And it's got enough of a head on it. Should be able to extract that guy pretty easily. You can always center punch it. We can set up for you. Like I said, I usually take off a little bit to do them just because we don't have a lot of time. But if you want something like that done, like I said, we'll just do the regular. All this stuff is somebody made their own little retaining strap, it looks like. Okay. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get some photos of the bottom. Again, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. I appreciate your time today. Have a great day. August, I think it's 2nd or 3rd today, 2025.